Hello Twin Flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know. Sending you all so much love and light right now for everything that's going on in the world. Make sure you're operating through love and not fear. And if you are new to the channel, welcome, sending you love. Thank you for jumping on, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. Now, this is a daily reading for the Twin Flames, but I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently. I've actually grabbed the Reiki Inspirational deck and I've asked the angels to guide me, and I've put them into 3 separate piles. One for the union and the journey, one for the divine feminine and one for the divine masculine. And I want to talk a little bit today about the journey and how things are being affected globally by what's going on in the world right now, because I know there's uncertainty in your mind, there's fear energy around, and I'm going to explain how what's going on in the world right now will actually impact the Twin Flame Collective in a very positive way. It's not going to delay union, it will speed union up. And when you realise this, it will help you to relax, to be calmer, to trust the process, and to be more in the present moment, which is really what it's all about. Now, if you are in any fear energy or worrying about things in the world, I am going to do a separate video on that later. And I also urge you to go to the community page and see the Eckhart Tolle video that I've actually posted and shared today, because Eckhart Tolle is talking about what we're all saying who are plugged into divine right now, that this is happening to raise consciousness, to wake up humanity. And how does this waking up of humanity affect your journey with your divine masculine? Well, it will speed things up because it will awaken your divine masculine's higher consciousness. And when they awaken their higher consciousness and they have time to think about things in the real way, in the way that they were born for, then it will lead them towards you. And that means union. So let's have a look at these cards together then. So I'm going to start with the journey. And the journey is all about bringing divine feminine and divine masculine into divine union. Now, when you meet, it's all magical and beautiful and wonderful, hearts, flowers, roses, intense, because divine feminine and divine masculine are like magnets to each other. So you and your divine masculine are like magnets to each other. And that's why you keep coming back together no matter what is put in the way. You know, during the lifetimes that you come together and incarnate, you go through various things to prove that love conquers all. So there could be an age gap in the way, a country divide. There could be a family situation that's keeping you apart, a religious belief. It could be some cultural view, or it could be a sexuality issue that, you know, one of you has to come out of the closet, so to speak. There's all kinds of things that affect the twin flame dynamic. But the truth is that love truly does conquer all. And this is a journey of unconditional love. And when we start to realise that it's a journey of unconditional love, we start to realise it's also a journey of awakening, a journey of healing, a journey of opening up to the things within us that we didn't even really understand until we came into contact with our twin flame. Because our divine counterpart, masculine and feminine, bring each other together. You come together to heal the world, heal yourself, and to share and promote unconditional love. So it's a journey of unconditional love. And what is unconditional love? It's a journey without limits. It's a love without expectations, without conditions, without needing it to be a certain way. That's ego-based. And when we're in a physical human body, even though we're spiritual and we're source energy walking around in this physical body, we're still connected to the ego side of things. And the ego is designed to edge God out. And you have to rise above the ego, which creates the fears, the doubts, the worries, and realize that it's only the ego that's attached to the expectation. that's attached to the conditions, because as humans, we're used to controlling things. And when things don't go our way, we take it personally. Well, on this journey as a twin flame, you become evolved in your thinking, because you realize that on this journey, you can't take anything personally, because anything that triggers you heals you. And as I said it, they closed the throat chakra there for effect to show you this may trigger some of you, because you're learning and growing and healing. And first of all, you may be thinking, yes, but, there's things automatically popping in your head right now. Yes, but I didn't ask for that to happen. Yes, but it's them that's doing it to me. Yes, but they won't wake up. And I'm going to go into this more in this video, so bear with me, but understand if it's triggering you, it's healing you. The angels will always bring in healing. And sometimes you may not like what you hear, because they keep it very real with you. But they're not going to do it in a way that promotes fear, because the angels promote love. And love, unconditional love, is why you were born, because you're a divine soul, a twin flame. And you were born to stand out. You weren't born to dim to fit in. So you're watching this video because you're awakened on your journey as a divine feminine, more than likely wanting to know what's going on between you and your twin and what this journey is all about. Well, it's a journey of unconditional love. And when you start realizing that you can't take things personally, whether it be in your twin flame connection with your masculine or in life, you start realizing you're operating from a higher level of consciousness, because it's never about you, it's always about the other person, whether it be your twin flame or somebody else. If they are reacting to you in a certain way, it's because they are reacting from themselves, they're reacting to themselves. So don't take anything personally. So first of all, it's a journey of unconditional love. And when we release the need to control, we start to surrender and let go, and that will lead to union. Now, the angels say that union is a coming together. It's about being ready for each other. It's about being ready for this coming together, this divine love. And it's about coming together to work on your soul mission. And it isn't really important until you come into union what your joint soul mission is, because it will be revealed to you at the exact right time. You're already on your life mission now by preparing to be in union, by evolving your consciousness, by evolving who you are, by becoming the greatest version of who you are. That's your purpose. So when people say to me, what's my mission? What's my purpose? The angels always say you're already on purpose. You're doing what you're meant to be doing, and that will lead to a miracle. So when you do what you're being guided to do, and you allow your divine masculine to do what they need to do, it will bring in a divine miracle that will lead to divine union. And it's so important that you know that. Now, everything that's happening in the world right now, so many people are looking at it the wrong way. You're looking at it from a place of fear, from a place of doubt, from a place of worry. And how is this going to affect my masculine then? How is this going to affect our journey, our union? Is it going to delay everything? I can't see them. There's no transport, blah, blah. So it's operating from fear, because you're not operating in the present moment. And as Eckhart Tolle says so many times, it's the power of the now. And you know this, great gurus talk of this, the power of the now. The present moment is where the power is, because that's where you feel safe. So when you start going into worry, it's because you're fearing a future that hasn't yet happened. So you're worried about what if? What if we never come into union? What if this goes crazy and we're delayed for like a year? What if he never speaks to me again? What if he meets somebody else? What if? And it's all fear-based scenarios, because fear is false experience appearing real. So we have to realize that when we go into fear, we start going into ego, which means we edge God out. So we have to come back into the now to edge God back in so that we can operate from our higher self and our divinity and our true nature, which is source energy. Because we're always tapped in, tuned in and turned on to source in every moment of the day. It's only when we go into our human self, our ego self, that the fear creeps in. So the angels want you to rise up and raise above the fear and trust the process of the journey, because this is a journey, and everything that's going on in the world right now isn't delaying anything. It's actually speeding things up. So the angels want you to realize that without this crack in society, as I'm going to call it, a crack, because things are cracking right now. And remember, where the wound is, where the crack is, it's where the light enters. So the world right now is being cracked. And I know there's a lot of volcanic eruption and energy around right now. The world is cracking. And the angels are saying this is happening to show you that where the cracks are, earthquakes, volcanoes, where the cracks are, the light goes in. Where the wound is, the light goes in. Rumi said that. So you have to understand that humanity, society, the economy, all these things are cracking right now so that the light can go in to speed things up. So that humanity, including your masculine, people who are more plugged into society than evolved spiritual beings like you, realize that it isn't all about the physical 3D stuff. It's more about consciousness and who you are and people and love and unconditional love and healing. That's what it's all about. So this journey in the world, this coronavirus, which is all based on fear, is cracking open the world. And that's so powerful because it's not delaying anything. It's speeding things up no matter what restrictions are being put in the world. It's speeding things up because there's going to be more time, more precious time to go within and realize things. That's what's happening in the world. That's so powerful. So I'm going to do the feminine energy last because I want you first to understand the journey of your divine masculine. Now, so many of you may be understanding your masculine. That's beautiful. And if you do, I know you'll completely get what I'm saying. But if you're in fear over what's going on with your masculine right now, especially if they are with another person or there's something in the way, you go into fear and blame and doubt and all the panicky, scary energy comes out of you. And you have to heal that. And I'm going to help you to heal that and to, talk about your journey in a second. But first, we're going to explain why all of this happens, because ultimately, the journey of the divine masculine is to come into awareness with who they truly are spiritually, that they are a divine masculine, that they've been born here for a reason, to wake up. So the journey of the divine masculine is a lot different than the feminine, because the masculines have to come into awareness. And most of the divine masculines aren't in awareness because they are plugged into a 3D reality that they don't really understand. Whereas the divine feminine is already aware of that reality and already awakened to a bigger power, a higher power and mission. So your masculine right now may be aware of the connection, and most divine masculines' higher selves are fully aware of the connection, the way they feel, why it's happening, but their 3D self is in denial. So they have to become aware of their emotions, of their feelings, because a lot of masculines distract themselves with other things because your light and the light of the journey blinds them. It creates fear. Why? Because they're dealing with core wounds, and the core wounds are connected with abandonment. Already giving me the worry, the fear there. And this is why they don't tell you what they feel, because they're afraid of abandonment. So the divine masculines have abandonment issues that are kind of in their core, from previous lifetimes, from things they've gone through in childhood, from past relationships. They felt like they've been abandoned. They're afraid of somebody coming into their life who truly loves them, where they can give everything to that person, and then for it to be kind of slammed in the face. And as I'm talking, they're giving me the fear. They always give me the fear as the burpee energy. They block the throat chakra connected with communication. So your masculine wants to explain all this to you, but they physically fear to. So that's why the angels are guiding me to help you with this today. So if they are in a 3D party relationship, if they are in a relationship with a karmic partner, you have to understand that you have to release the envy, the doubt, the jealousy, the worry over what the other person is influencing them or doing to them. Because when the time is right, your masculine will wake up to the truth that, they're not going to be abandoned by their divine feminine. They don't have to hide behind other people, masks, walls, addictions. They don't need to hide in their job. And you have to understand that, they fear losing you. That's the real point. They fear losing you, this beautiful connection that they've never felt before, this emotion that they have for you, the way they desire you. They're afraid that if they completely be their true self with you, completely vulnerable, that they will lose it. And they're afraid of losing. And they think if they've never had it, they can't lose it, you see. So they go into fear and worry. The masculines operate on a very low vibration a lot of the time, and the feminines operate on a high vibration. And that's why separation occurs, because two separate vibrations can't operate at the same time. So you have to come into alignment. And people say to me all the time, I ran into my twin. What does it mean? It means you're coming into alignment. If you've seen your twin in the physical, it's because you're coming into alignment. You're both doing your work. So the masculines fear abandonment, and they have to go through purification, which means they have to be cleansed of, the fear. And the way that right now they're being cleansed of the fear, they're being purified, is by being given the opportunity to learn. And the way they're being given the opportunity to learn is by this crazy lockdown situation that's going on, because they're going to have time. A lot of the masculines don't have time for things, you see. They distract themselves a lot of the time. So because they're distracting themselves with the job or the people, friends, gaming, addictions, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, going out, whatever it is they're doing, they're kind of distracting themselves, and that's what they do. Okay, now, and the angels are saying they have to kind of discipline themselves to do that, because they feel they're making a sacrifice to not think about you, yet they think about you all the time. So when they start thinking about you, they distract themselves. Well, now they're being purified. They can't distract themselves now with those things, because those things won't be there, especially if it's a job or they're going out or any of these things. So what are they being guided to do? Introspection. So they're being guided to go within. And if they are in a marriage or a karmic situation with children, and remember, karmic situations aren't just another person. They can be the job, the relationship, the children, the family, the thing they're addicted to. This is all karmic situations, which are all brought in for healing, remember, and to lead them towards you, to lead them towards the light, to help them to wake up. Well, now they're going to have to go within and face things. So if they are stuck in a home with their karmic person, they're going to have to face their true feelings. They're going to have to go within, and in a way, they're going to have to find that out for themselves. And, people say, what about the karmic partner? Why don't they wake up and realise how much they're hurting them, that they're draining them, that they're milking them for every penny? The masculine will realise when they are ready. They already realise, the angels are saying, but they will face up and deal with it when they are ready and not before. So you have to let them go within and inspect their life in a way. So the reason the introspection cards come up, because they're being guided to go within and find things out for themselves. They're going to have to face up to things now. They're going to have to be very honest with themselves about who they are. and about what this all means, what it means, why they've been hiding, why they've been dealing with things in the way they have been, why they've been hiding behind this mask for so long. So they're going to have to be honest with themselves, and when they're honest with themselves, they can finally be honest with you. But it's all a process. And this is why you as a divine feminine has to learn patience. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But the masculines have to learn to open up to themselves, because the masculines leave themselves in situations that don't serve them because they find it easier than being vulnerable, or as they see, weak, through exposing their true heart and their true self. They're afraid. They'd rather be with somebody that does things for them, and they don't really have to be in that energy with, than with you that strips them to the core. So you understand that they see you as this amazing goddess creature, but they actually do see you as an equal, and for them to be with you, their equal, their divine counterpart, they have to step up their game. In their karmic situation, they don't have to step up their game because they just do what they've always done. They don't need to, make an effort sometimes. They don't need to, really be their true self. They can just get on with it the way they always have. And that won't serve them forever. So if you're thinking, well, my masculine will never leave his wife, he'll always be there because it's easier. You have to understand the masculines are being guided to go within. They're being shown the truth, because the truth is there's only so long a human being, a spiritual being of light, can, put their own needs on hold for others, because they have to satisfy themselves in the end. So if your masculine's never satisfied with, what's going on in their life, not satisfied with things, they have to satisfy themselves. And the only person that can truly satisfy the masculine is the divine feminine. And the angels want you to know that. They've put their needs on hold for too long. Now they need to do what's truly right for them. So they're being guided to action. They're being guided to action. And the way that they are being guided to action is by gaining clarity. So honesty will lead to clarity. It will help them to see the truth, to understand and get very clear about what they want, what they desire. And they're going to have to discipline themselves and really sort out how they can take this action. Because when they realise this, and they realise this on and off as long as they go on their way, but they do discipline themselves, hold back, and it feels like a sacrifice. They're sacrificing their happiness for their family or their job or their friends or whatever, because they don't want to rock boat. Well, they've got to rock the boat now. They have to go within. And this is why when the seal of freedom came in on the 25th of January, a door opened to their future, because things that aren't built on a solid foundation will come crashing down. And that's what's happening in the world right now. Cracks are starting to show so the light can go in. And this is why it's so important right now that you don't lose hope, you don't go into fear, and you don't doubt the connection, because you have to trust that all is well. So allow your masculine right now the time, the space, the room to go within, to work out what they need to work out, and they will work it out in their own way, in their own time. You have to have patience. You have to trust that they are really the one for you, that they will entangle themselves from anything they are tangled in. Any situation, they will get themselves out of it. And if they don't, the universe will step in and remove it for them, which is what's happening now in the world. Things are changing in the world to remove toxic things so that they can move forward through the door of freedom, the door towards you. So your masculine, wherever he is, wherever she is right now, whatever situation they are currently in, they are going through these steps to union, to take action, to gain clarity, to help them to realise who they are through the awareness of what's going on in the world, through the awareness of their journey, because they are waking up. They're starting to pull the wool off the eyes. They're starting to take the mask off. So you have to trust that they are truly doing their work, and the way that they are given the time to do their work, and that they do their work, which is waking up, is by you doing yours. So Divine Feminine, what's your work then? Well, your work is to trust the process. It's all about your faith. It's all about understanding, because the Divine Feminine is a being of light. You're a light worker, an empath, an earth angel. You are here to serve. And most of the time, the Divine Feminine comes into awareness way before the Divine Masculine, and you enter into service before your twin too. So you're already in that awareness. You're already in that high vibration. You're already operating from a place of love and light. And in most areas of your life, you trust completely. You trust the universe to provide you with things. You trust the universe to guide you where you're meant to go. You trust the universe to give you the resources that you need and to feel safe. But in your twin flame journey, because it's something that feels out of control and alien to you, because you've never felt this way before, you've never had this type of intense passion for someone before, you've never wanted someone so much before, you feel out of control. And as a person who tries to control things, and I understand that because I'm a Divine Feminine and I like to, have control over things, to plan. As Divine Feminines, we're planners. We like to plan and visualize and, create our future. So when we can't create things with our Divine Masculine, it brings in fear. And that's when the doubt creeps in and you think you're going crazy. And that's when the angels step in and show you signs, synchronicities. They divinely orchestrate everything perfectly so that you see the truth. That this is real, you're not going crazy, and that all is well, and that you're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you're meant to do. So you have to trust the process. You have to trust the journey. You have to trust it is a journey of evolvement and about allowing your masculine to work on their free will, because they've got free will, remember, just as you have. And that's why timelines can change. So you may feel your twin is coming, but it may take a bit longer because they are going through their own journey of awareness and waking up. So you have to trust in divine timing, trust the process of the journey, and understand that it will happen when it's meant to and not a moment before. So you have to work on you. So what does working on you mean? Well, it means that you fall into acceptance, which means you turn to acceptance, you let go and surrender. You say, okay, universe, I believe you, I trust you with all the aspects of my life, so I'm going to trust you with this one. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to surrender. And when we say let go, it doesn't mean you're moving on. It means you're releasing the struggle. You're finally accepting the situation, that you can't control it, you can't change it. It has to be, it is what it is. So you start letting go of the fear. You start trusting. You accept this is how it is now. You work on you, you start working on self-love, and you bring in gratitude, because that's the best attitude to have. So you start feeling grateful for all the amazing things that you have in your life now, the beautiful things in your life now. And yes, the world's changing and there's restrictions and we may not be able to go where we want to go, but think how blessed you are now to just be breathing in this beautiful air, to be sitting here in your home environment, feeling safe, because in the now you are safe, you have what you need. Focus on who you are. You're a survivor, a thriver, a warrior of light. You've got this far, so you'll carry on. You have to trust, and when you're grateful, the universe opens doors for you where there were only walls. So you have to trust the process like you trust the process of your life. So trust your divine journey and be grateful. Be grateful for the time that you've got now to work on you, to evolve your freedom. Be grateful for your divine masculine for breaking you wide open and teaching you to love, for teaching you to be patient, to take your time, to relax about things, to be able to accept the journey. Be grateful to your masculine for waking you up to the truth about who you are. So you're grateful. So use gratitude as an attitude that will give you power, because you are powerful, divine feminine. You start to realize that in your devotion to your journey and in your devotion to your light and your masculine and your spiritual process, that you realize how powerful you are, because you're powerful when you're devoted. And be devoted to you. Be devoted to your higher self, to your awakening, the process of your life. Be devoted to your masculine, but understand that it's an unconditional love with no expectations or no conditions. You have to just enjoy what is in the now, because separation is illusion and illusion is fear. So rise above fear. Know the truth that you and your masculine are together anyway, because you were born that way. So trust in who you are. That will give you power. And when you have a vision of your future, when you visualize what you desire, when you put that into the universe, things get better and better. So right now, you may be receiving a vision of what's going on in the world. You may see the future and it may create fear, but the angels assure you that no matter what, that you are safe. And people are saying to me, talk about what it all means, Liz. Talk about, the economy and all of these things. But the angels say, it doesn't matter what happens in the physical, because you are spiritually protected and taken care of. And you will be okay, because you are a creature of love and light. And that you are a divine creation and a creator of your reality. So remember who you are, and they will give you a clear vision of what's to come. So focus with your spiritual vision, your third eye, the things you feel, over things that you physically see, because that will lead to serenity, and serenity leads to peace, because serenity and peace are about calm energy, calming your soul, meditation, coming into the now, and completely trusting in what this journey is, because you have to keep going. It's a journey of perseverance. Don't give up. Don't give up on who you are. That doesn't mean you go chasing down your twin flame and banging on the door and saying, wake up, wake up. It means you keep getting up every day and fighting every day. You work on yourself every day. You stand strong. You share your light with the world, because you are the light. And when you're in the light, you feel good. You feel better. You help others. You're grateful. You're in a positive, optimistic mindset, because you trust in what's to come. And you believe in the love and the connection so much that you know the universe has to give it to you, because your belief is unwavering. And a belief is something you can create in yourself. So if you believe in your journey, then magic and miracles will step in. So don't see this time as a time of waiting. Don't see this as a time of struggle. See it as a time of evolvement, a time when you can learn and grow, a time when you can go within and work on self-love, self-healing, self-worth, because you are valuable. You are protected, you are loved, and you are a rare diamond in the sea. The angels want you to know there's only one of you, and there's only one of you for your twin. So it doesn't matter what they're doing, who they're with, or where they're going, because they will always be magnetically guided back to you. So this time of waiting, it's a time of learning, a time of growth, a time of positivity. And it's not a time to think that it's all delayed, because everything in your journey is speeding up. So see this time as what it is, an adventure, something new, something to be explored, and appreciate all the good things in you now. And that's the fact that you can breathe this air, you can think for yourself, that you know the truth about all things, and be grateful that you're aware and that you're a divine feminine who's already waking up and in the focus and the process of service. So focus on who you are, raise your vibration, and trust that all is well. Have a wonderful day, sending you lots of love, and I'll see you soon.